Hey Taurus, this is Empress Rose and welcome to this week's general reading. These are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't. Check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus for additional information. And all these cards are pre-shuffled. We're going to get this party started with the Oracle of Mystical Moments deck for an intuitive vibe of where we're going. What do we got for Taurus? What do we got for Taurus? What do we got for Taurus? All right. We have the Art of Seduction. This card looks so sweet, but to me it's a little bit sinister. We have someone here really trying, really sincere, wanting to have a real deep connection, real communication. They want the whole thing and they're really trying very hard. So this can be a relationship, this can be a work, this can be a friendship, this can be a lot of different situations. There are, the employee comes fully wanting to be fulfilled with this job, wanting to do their best, bringing their best to the job. And then we've got an employer here that's just goofing around. To them, this employee is just someone to fill a space, to do a stupid job and get done, and they're not going to consider them for a promotion. They're not going to, they might be telling you what you want to hear, but they're not in it. So to me, the Art of Seduction is a card of imbalanced relationships. Something that looks okay, but there's some imbalance here. I mean, as long as they're both getting what they want, who really cares? But if she's really thinking that this guy's going to turn and face her, and that they're going to have some sort of eye-to-eye, heart-to-heart situation, she's really fooling himself. He's just here for the sex. So, which is fine if everybody is on the same page, but this card indicates to me that not everybody's on the same page. Keys on trees. This is, you're trapped. Your wisdom is trapped. Your wisdom, loyalty is trapped in someplace weird. It's not supposed to be here. The elephant to me is coming off as a symbol of loyalty right now, and I see that with this card. You can get out of this situation. You have all these keys around you. You can reach them. You can use them. They're going to be useful. You're going to get through all of these keys, and you're going to unlock this situation, and you're going to get back on the ground and get more grounded and get where you're at. But right now, you're a little trapped in a really weird situation. Like, who put the elephant up here? How did the elephant get up there? The elephant, though, is going to get something out of this situation. They're going to have a much better view. They're going to have an overall view of the jungle that they live in. They're going to have they're going to remember this, because elephants remember forever. So they're definitely going to remember who put them up here. And they're going to remember the view that they got while they were up here. So as they go on their travels, and when they eventually get out of this tower and get grounded again, and get back to where they belong, they're going to have a memory of this that they're going to take with them and is going to guide them. But they have a lot of work in front of them as they explore which of these keys is going to unlock and let them free again. So. And then I got this new deck called Moonology, and I love the moon, and I'm learning it, and so I'm throwing it in the mix here, and we'll see what happens. I've done some work on it, so it's not totally foreign, but I don't even know how it wants to be pulled out yet. Like, I've only gotten a card to jump out once, so I may end up shuffling. We're establishing a relationship. There we go. That's our card. I like this. A win-win outcome is forecast. So full moon in Libra. So you are going to get to some sort of balance here. So this actually, because it's forecast, this actually means that there is an imbalanced relationship going on here between either two people, or you know, sometimes you can bring your best to a whole profession and it doesn't ever pay off, and they're never going to, I don't want to say never, but they're not taking you seriously right now. That kind of thing. So full moon in Libra. So this is a balance of ideas, win-win outcome. I think, I don't know. This deck seems very self-explanatory, and then sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's confusing, but I feel like this one's very clear. It's a fullness, it's a completion. You're going to get some balance, and whether it's with this same situation or whether you got to go to a different situation and leave this one behind, I don't know. But you know, one of the things that I think is really useful is that when we really envision what a win-win outcome is going to look like for you, and understand that you get a win-win outcome. It may not be with all the same characters, with all the same, it may not be, you know, with the same characters or with the same job or whatever, but just envision the overall vibe of a win-win outcome and what that's going to look for you. And then be open to however life wants to bring you into that. So if a win-win outcome looks like being valued at your job, you know, you can either start interact, maybe if you interact with your job a different, you know, bringing your best to the job and then having your job return that favor to you. So if you're envisioning that, then it can look like maybe you approach your job a little differently, or approach your boss a little differently, or something like that, you know, and because you know that you're going to this win-win outcome and you visualize what it looks like, and then you get to see, is this a company that's going to allow this win-win outcome? If I interact a little differently this way or this way, do we get there? And then, or maybe you get a different job, but the outcome's going to be the same. It's going to be win-win. So really visualize what that looks like for you, because that's not what's happening right now. All right, so we're going to move to the Santa Muerte Tarot deck, and of course these have been thoroughly pre-shuffled. All right, what do we have for Taurus? Taurus, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, to-do list, and possible outcome. Oh, wow, this could really be a relationship issue, because we've got a lot of people. We've got the King and Queen of Cups here. We've got some Knights, so I'm going to say that, and we've got the Empress. So overall vibe, I'm seeing that a more masculine is in an immature vibe right now. But we do have the King and Queen of Cups. Look, they're so cute together. Oh my God, it's a love relationship. Okay, so in your past, you have this King of Cups. So this is either you or somebody you know, and it's gender neutral. So the King, just in hierarchical, is mastery, complete mastery of this. So what is he master of? His emotions. And how are we master of our emotions? Not by controlling them and telling ourselves what we need to feel and to not feel this and to feel that. Nope, by letting them flow. That's real mastery, letting those emotions flow, letting them flow through you, being able to handle your emotional liquor, being able to, without getting intoxicated by it, without losing control, without, you know, you're listening to your emotions, and they're such a great source of information. So, so you're listening to that information and you're processing it and you're putting it in your little processor up here and understanding what it means that you and how to deal with it. That's what mastering your emotions is. It's not about controlling them, which is, I guess that word really confused me for a long time. So either you or somebody you know, or you met somebody that really embodied this vibe or seemed to embody this vibe as far as being the king of emotions and the King of Cups. So this is a passionate, emotional mastery, or a really beautiful thing in the past. In your Ten of Pentacles, you have this present situation has outworn its usefulness. Definitely, we have that here. The present situation in this deck, this 10 of Pentacles, is the ground beneath your feet has nothing more to offer. Take your treasure, take what you got out of this little farming community. Is completely dilapidated and falling apart, which means it's time to move on. It's time to move on is what these feet tell us, and find new ground, find a new way to ground yourself. And that's what I'm seeing here too, is you need to get to the ground where you're going to feel grounded. So 10 of Pentacles is a completion of a cycle. It's probably in real life having to do with some sort of physical situation, a home, a job, something like that, a relationship, an actual physical situation. And you've got your treasure here, and it's time to move on, time to find more fertile ground, because this ground is no longer fertile. This ground has been all used up. It's time to let it lie fallow for a while and go start your farming cycle someplace else. In your inner landscape, you have the Queen of Cups. So within you is this emotional gift. It's this love. You have a lot of love inside you that you would like to give. The situation is we're saying it's unbalanced here, and it's time to move on to something else. But you have a lot of love inside of you that you want to give. It's gorgeous. There's a serenity to it. There's a peace to it. And you have just a huge amount of love that you would like to gift. At issue is the Knight of Pentacles. So you're supposed to be moving forward, but it's not moving forward. Well, the Knight of Pentacles doesn't move forward anyway. So there's some stubbornness here. There's some, you have money here. I'm just seeing there's a treasure chest, there's a money bag. You have harvested, but this is like way too stubborn, way too stagnant. There's some very stubborn, stagnant energy here. Normally, the Knight of Pentacles is slow moving. He's watching every step of the way where he's going. He's more into having the vision right now, and holding what's his and not moving forward, because he's accomplished, he's got his thing right now and he wants to hold on to it. He's clinging to it. But he's capable of moving forward. And when we take this in the reverse, this is like absolutely way too slow, way too slow. Not just slow moving, not just cautious moving, but so cautious, no movement at all. So that's what we've got right here. That's what's blocking the issue. And of course, this is going to block the issue. You're not going to move. You're going to sit on your pony and just stare off into the future for the rest of your life and imagine what it would be like to get grounded, what it would be like to find new fertile soil, what it would be like to give this love in your heart to a worthy recipient and to be in a balanced relationship. You're just sitting there thinking about it, and you're not moving at all. And of course, that's like the definition of blocking a situation. In your environment, you have strength. This is normally a really great internal card, but in your environment, you're really wrestling with something. It's taking all of your strength. There's a wrestling match going on here, actually, in your environment, and a demon that you're having to deal with and wrestle with. And it's externalized somehow. Your internal demon has externalized. And so you are being called on to use all of your strength possibly to get you moving forward, but you're being called on to be very strong about something in your environment. I'm going to say it's not strong in blocking forward movement. I'm saying your environment is requiring strength from you and is requiring you to fight to move forward. Your to-do list is the Knight of Swords. This is, in this deck, this is controlling your, so this is over control and not moving forward. This is moving forward, but being very careful with your words, being very careful with your thoughts. you need to carefully, methodically go through all of these keys to figure out how to get grounded, how to find the new ground, how to find this win-win outcome. And how you get to the win-win outcome is by being very clear on your thoughts, no muddled thinking. This card to me is the good mental hygiene card. You're not projecting your issues, you're not projecting your insecurities onto somebody else. You're being extremely careful. You're not letting your mind run away with you. I mean, how do you swallow a sword? With so much self-control and care and practice and like you're in stillness. So get your mind very still, very precise. This is good mental hygiene here. Okay. So make sure that you are keeping, it's 11:11. I love it. So make sure that you're keeping your oh my God, it's 15:15 on the thing. Good mental hygiene. No projection. None of these sloppy thinking or anything like that, or wishful thinking or magical thinking something's gonna get fixed without any work, thinking that somebody hates you when they don't, thinking that, I mean, there's just so many ways our minds plays tricks on us. So this is trying to make sure that your thinking is very sharp and your words are very precise, not necessarily sharp, but precise. You want to be communicating exactly what you want to communicate, and you don't want to be communicating accidentally something else. And then the possible outcome is this Empress energy. So if you're in a relationship, this could be being single. This is sitting back in your power. She's had her heart broken. She's been stabbed. Things have been cut down in their prime before they were reached a natural end. But she has transformed all of this pain, and she's transformed this into her power. So this is you sitting back in your power. And that doesn't mean, well, the Empress has power over, but the Empress is like an earth mother in here. So I think you do take your coins and you find a new situation to grow from. But this is imbalanced and this is balanced. She has her power. What's hers? She owns that. So that means that you're not giving it away. You're not taking something from somebody else that's really not for you. You have your power. You're not giving your power to somebody else. You're not being codependent. You're not needing somebody else to be a certain way so that you can enjoy life. You visualize this win-win outcome, and part of a win-win outcome is you win. You win also. Okay, you're not in this imbalanced thing, so you win. And this is sitting back on your throne. I won. I'm fine. Here, this is who I am. I have everything I need. I can take care of myself. I don't need to like go around talking about it, bragging about it. Nothing. This is definitely no bragging. You can be proud of yourself, but you're not going to go around telling everybody how great you are. Because when you're really great, you don't tell anybody. You don't have to. Why? It's just a known. So it's a little bit like this too. So we have a lot of emotional maturity here coming in here, and a lot of emotional maturity coming in here. And this is going to bring you into a powerful situation where you have what you need. So keep visualizing what a win-win outcome looks like for you, and how you would feel so win-win. Both sides win. So how do you feel when you win? Like, what's that feeling? That's the Empress feeling. You have that. You have your power. You don't need to go around bragging about it. So really visualize and see what that's going to feel like for you. Because right now, you're not in a win-win situation. This is a very imbalanced situation. But I see you coming into it. I see you coming into your power, the power that's due you, not more power than you deserve, or than is right for one person to have, but your power, what power is yours, completely yours. And so I see you coming into that. I think that's really cool. All right, Taurus, thanks for your likes, subscribes, and comments. I really appreciate it. Helping my little baby channel grow bit by bit every week. I really, really appreciate that. So, and I thank you. Have a great week.